I'm absolutely excited to share with you guys an amazing opportunity and amazing technology that's honestly going to hit the whole world by storm. I do apologize if my voice sounds a bit husky. We just came back from an amazing event that we had last weekend in Malaysia. And I was honored to be one of the hosts for the event. It was absolutely amazing. We had 800 participants from around the world to join us in the event. I believe over 12 countries. All right. My name is, and for those who are just coming in, shout out where you guys are from. Where I would love to know where you guys are from. And welcome to today's Zoom meeting. Today's Zoom meeting, for those who are new, for those who perhaps this is your first exposure to the Zoom call or even the emGuarde, today we'll be talking about a very powerful product that is coming into our generation today, right? And this product, I believe, is a very important product to understand because of its value that's able to bring to us today, right? We have Kelly Smith from CQ Australia. I'm wondering where CQ is. I can't seem to figure out. But welcome to the chat. All right, for those who just got in, welcome. I think let's just give a few more minutes for people to come in. And while we're waiting for them, let's just start with this video. Okay, this will give you a lot of idea of what we'll be talking about today in this Zoom call. Central Queensland. Okay. I was kind of thinking it was Queensland, but I wasn't too sure. Welcome. Hi, Yash from India. Welcome, brother. Amazing. All right, let's kickstart this video, guys. If you can't hear the volume or anything like that, just type in the chat for me, so I can assist. All right, enjoy the video, guys.
With a few strokes of the keyboard, it allows us to communicate with people across the globe. With a push or touch of a button, it keeps us engaged and connected. The world now pushes for higher connectivity, faster serving and downloading speeds, from 3G to 4G and now 5G. But what is also true is that with every apparent communication advancement, we are increasingly putting ourselves at imperceptible health risks. Our five senses cannot detect this form of wireless hazards, but our body can. With longer hours using wireless headphones during office meetings, every wireless device that our toddlers or children plays on, any types of microwave oven we use to bake our cakes in, or induction cookers that we use to cook our food. While this enhances our life, we are not realizing how we are exposing ourselves and our loved ones with high levels of radiations.
The World Health Organization says there are some indications of an increased risk of glioma for those who reported the highest 10% of cumulative hours of cell phone use.
The reality is there's a significant increase in glioblastomas. Unfortunately, they're very, very deadly.
I have listed peer-reviewed studies establishing the connection between non-thermal radiofrequency radiation from cell phones and brain cancer known as glioblastoma.
Most cell phones have a warning in them that say to hold the phone away from your body to avoid radio frequency exposure, but most of us don't know about this warning.
The WHO has classified EMF as possibly carcinogenic to humans, Group 2B, a category used when a causal association is considered credible.
See, my friends, radiation can harm the body internally. We need to protect ourselves more than ever to adapt to the new wireless world. Start protecting your own bodies and those around you, so we can all live a better and healthier life.
All right, guys. Today we'll be talking about the emGuarde. Now, I'm not too sure if there are any new people here. If you are new, please type new in the chat for me so I can acknowledge who you are. And if you're new, I welcome you to this Zoom call because awesome. We have Kwan Yu, we have Epishik. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but welcome, guys. Well, in this Zoom call, right, you guys are in for a treat because I'm here to introduce to you guys not only a technology, but also an opportunity. right? Because this particular technology is very new. It's very new, but the problem that this technology solves, it is a very old problem, but it is growing every single day. Now, what this problem is related to is the fact that every single one of us has not one, not two, but multiple electronic devices that we need to depend on every single day for us to function. So I'm going to show you facts. I'm going to show you research reports. I'm going to show you why every single one of us needs an emGuarde in our house ASAP, right? So emGuarde is introduced to the world by Enagic. If you're not sure who Enagic is, perhaps maybe you have heard of something called the Kangen water machine. Enagic is actually a 50-year-old Japanese company based in Okinawa that has been manufacturing these Kangen water machines for almost 30 years. But the company itself is 50 years. Okay, so that is Enagic, and this is their latest technology. Now, very quickly, 30 years ago, guys, and I'm sure some of you can relate to me, 30 years ago, our exposure to electronic gadgets were close to non-existent. You know, I remember being me, a 5, 6-year-old boy, and I would spend a lot of my time outdoors, playing in the playground, playing in the park, and I was never really exposed to these phones or anything like that until I was much later in my age, like 15 or 16 years old. And by the way, I'm 30 this year, and I'm sure some of you can also relate to this. There has been a shift, a very scary shift, because every single way I go, restaurants, malls, even church, anywhere, playgrounds, children, adults, senior citizens are all glued to their phones, glued to technology. Now we have something called AirPods, right? When we exercise, when we do anything, we have AirPods in our ears. But did you know that these AirPods are actually causing a lot of harm to your body? I'm sure some of you are aware, you know, that technology itself emits something called radiation. To be specific, it is called electromagnetic pollution, EMF or EMR. All right. And the interesting thing about this pollution, compared to the other type of pollutions that we are commonly known or we are used to, like water, air, and noise pollution, electromagnetic noise pollution or electromagnetic radiation pollution, we don't feel it, we don't see it, and we don't hear it. And us human beings, we have a super bad habit. If we don't see something, we don't feel something, we know it's bad for us, but we choose to not acknowledge it because we don't see it, we don't feel it, and we don't hear it. And that is the scary part about this pollution. But be very rest assured, guys, that this pollution is growing every single day, and we gotta do something about it, right? Now, what are the sources of your EMF radiation pollution? Everything and anything that requires electricity or some sort of telecommunication signal to operate, right? Your smartphones, your television, extension cords, induction cookers. A lot of houses now are moving away from traditional fire stoves into electric because it's just more convenient. Microwave, I think there's something that as a kid, my mom always told me, hey, don't stand close to the microwave when it's turned on. And as a kid, I never understood why. Because as a kid, I was so curious, right? I like to see the bowl in the microwave to spin and spin and spin, and then it comes out hot. And I was very curious, so I like to stick my head very close to it. But my mom was always like, don't put your head or don't put your body near the microwave. And now I know why, because the microwave emits extremely high levels of EMF radiation. Now take a look at some of these gadgets, guys. I can be very confident to say that in every single one of our houses right now, we have at least 9 out of 10 of these. And today, a lot of people are moving towards EV cars, electrified cars. And guys, electric cars, they're amazing. I love technology, guys. I'm a technology geek. I love the fact that everything has become simple, easy to use. You know, But guys, the fact is that there is an increase of EMF radiation from all of these devices. So imagine this. Imagine you walk into your room and somehow you can start seeing electromagnetic frequency waves or radiation waves. In reality, this is what it looks like. Thank God we don't see them, because if we do, our homes will not be the same for us anymore, right? But this is how these radiations are actually traveling through your houses, in your rooms, in your homes, okay? Now, this is by World Health Organization, WHO for short. They have classified, and this is back in 2011, yeah? They've classified radio frequency electromagnetic fields as possibly carcinogenic to humans. You know what was also in this group? Cigarettes. Cigarettes, many, many years ago, was possibly carcinogenic to humans as well. Crazy, right? But now everybody knows that cigarettes are carcinogenic to humans. So the interesting thing about this group 2B, if you look here, right? It is categorized under carcinogenic to humans, group 2B. Now, if you go, just give a quick Google on carcinogenic group 2B cigarettes, you would see that 270 chemicals that are used to produce cigarettes are in this group as well. So in my head, when I take a look at this information, I'm just imagining that me being in a room full of EMF radiation is like being in a room full of secondhand cigarette smokes, or worse, me smoking the cigarette itself. And I'm very sure none of us would like to be in that environment. Am I right? But guys, it is about the same. The increased risk of glioma, which is a mental type of brain cancer associated with wireless phone use. So how do we detect? How can we identify if the presence of this EMF radiation is in our surroundings? We lean towards technology itself, because as technology has advanced, we are given a lot of tools that we can actually buy in the market. And one of these specific tools that we have kind of narrowed down is something called the RD9300, or the older model called the RD9100. Now, this particular device looks like something out of a Ghostbuster movie, right? With that circular ring, right? So this particular device, the two functions of it is to measure the electromagnetic noise radiation density from 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz using the 2-dot setting, right? So for those, maybe if you're here, you're a distributor already, and you have one of these devices, when you are doing a test in somebody's house, you're doing a demo for somebody's house, you want to make sure you're on the 2-dot setting. The 1-dot setting is able to pick up the presence of electric fields, electric current. So that is not the same, right? 1-dot and 2-dot, they're not the same. So make sure it's on the 2-dots. Now, the second purpose of this device is to identify when the emGuarde is working, right? So this particular device, if you take a look at the screen of it, it shows a particular number. What this number, it is called the power density of these frequency waves. Think of it as this way. You have an old-fashioned radio, right? These radios, they pick up the frequencies of radio stations. Now, to what frequency that you tune to, you get different stations. The power density is the volume that is coming out of these speakers. Clear? So that is what we are actually measuring, the volume. It's just that some of these radiation frequencies, they are unaudible for the human being. Our ears are very limited, but have you ever heard this? Dogs hear certain sounds that we don't, right? So a lot of these radio frequency waves, frequencies are way past our audible range. So we rely on devices like this. So if you take a look here, to explain this device very quickly, anything below 200 power density and is measured in microwatts per centimeter square. Anything below 200, you're in the clear. Anything above 200, you are in trouble. Okay, so in the next slide, I'm going to show you a very quick video done by a very good friend of mine and my upline in this business, Simon, who is going to explain how this device works.
Here we have the RD9300 radiation detector. It has two settings. The 1 dot setting measures low frequency 50 to 60 Hz. For the emGuarde demo, you want to be using the 2 dot setting, which measures high frequency of 3 MHz to 1000 MHz. When you turn on the RD, make sure to switch it to a 2 dot setting before you do your emGuarde demo. Let's take a look at the next clip. Now in front of me, I have the regular devices that I use every single day. Now with the help of a special tool, we're able to find out exactly how much radiation is coming out of these devices. Now notice, anything above 200 is considered high levels of radiation. So let's turn it on. I'm going to put it next to the laptop, and as you can see, the reading is well above 200. These are for your laptops. Now I'm going to come over here to the tablets, which I use every single day. And here we have with me my phone. Let's take a look. Now just imagine the harm you could be doing to your body when you pick up the phone and you start talking on the phone while it's next to your ears. Now, knowing all this, you should definitely consider reducing the usage, especially among children. But let's be real, in the world that we live in today, it is almost impossible to live without these devices. Now, those of you like me who use wireless earpods regularly to speak on the phone or listen to music while you're having a jog, you have to see this. Now, when I flip it open, it shows a reading on the detector. But the moment I put them onto my ears, let's check it out. Take a look at that. The reading coming off while it's being connected to my ears and to my phone is significantly higher. All right. Now, I know that some of you have already decided to reduce the usage of these devices. But let me show you something. Now, in an environment like this, looking peaceful and balanced, however, there are actually still fundamental radiation that lurks around. Introducing emGuarde, a patented technology by Enagic. When turned on, emGuarde harmonizes targeted electromagnetic noise radiation within 1000 MHz, creating a defense zone of 8 meters. Simply place it at a suitable area and plug it into a dedicated 5V 2 to 6A output power source. Now with the emGuarde turned on, let's get back to using my earpods. All right, it's on. And let's take a look. It shows 0. Thanks very much. So when it shows 0 on the radiation detector, you are in the harmonized zone of emGuarde. It is as if you are turning your living environment into a sanctuary.
There we go. Very simple tool, very simple presentation to show the effectiveness of the emGuarde. You saw the power density of those radiation. As soon as the emGuarde is turned on, boop, everything goes down to 0. All right, so this is the emGuarde, guys. This is the technology. This is what Enagic is introducing to the world, a patented technology. The function is harmonizing targeted high frequencies electromagnetic noise radiation up to 1000 megahertz. For reference, 1000 megahertz is 1 gigahertz. So a lot of you have some questions, like, for example, oh, if I have this emGuarde in my house, will I still be able to use my Wi-Fi? Will I still be able to use my call people on my phone? The answer is yes, because your phone call, your Wi-Fi, your 4G, 5G, all of these operate well above 1000 megahertz. If for my knowledge, I believe 3G or 4G operates at 2.3 gigahertz. All right. So this emGuarde will not disrupt any of your phone calls or your Wi-Fi. Then some people may also ask me this question. How come it is not harmonizing those frequencies? Is it because they are not harmful to us? The answer to that is yes. those radiations are still harmful to us, but not as much as the ones below 1000 megahertz, which I will explain in a following slide in the future, right? So just the coverage range of the emGuarde is 8 meters in diameter. It looks something like this: up, down, left, right, everywhere around you, like a ball, like a sphere. 8 meters of defense in diameter. So if you have some houses where it is more open, there's not a lot of obstructions in the middle of the way of the house, it can actually go further than 8 meters. So this is a very quick survey. Now, this survey is super, super special. It's done in 2019. Basically, what this company did was they actually went to random participants and asked them a couple of questions based on them being dependent on their electronic devices. About 871 participants. Now, the 871 participants responded that when they use their technology for too long, their gadgets, their phones, their laptops for too long, they actually encountered sleep problems. 71% of them said yes. Fatigue. When they use these devices, they get very tired. 64%. Concentration and memory or learning problems. 61%. Stress and anxiety. 60%. Headaches. 52%. And the list goes on and on. Some of these may seem familiar to you. Some of these, maybe you have experienced them yourself in the past. But guys, these issues are all related. These issues are all related to us using our electronic gadgets way too much. Now, let's take a look at what this doctor has to say about not us adults. I mean, it's bad for us adults. Guys, it's even worse for children. If you have children that are younger than 12, 13, 14 years old, younger than that, you need to pay attention to this.
The children's brain, like the hypothalamus, it tends to absorb 1.5 to 2 times more electromagnetic fields than an adult. But if you look at the child's bone marrow, it absorbs an amazing 10 times more electromagnetic radiation than an adult. The brain is much more absorbent, the skull is thinner, and because the relative size is smaller, if I give you the same dosage, your smaller tissue is going to absorb more than the bigger tissue. The first thing you have to do is keep the appliance that's emitting the radiation further apart from you, like handphones, off all power points when they're not in use. Number 3, you could use electromagnetic field harmonizers, which will balance out the radiation side effects from the appliance.
And there we go, guys. Children, especially if you have younger ones at home, you need to get this technology in your homes as soon as possible. When I showed this video to some of my friends who just had children, right? I'm 30 this year. Some of my friends are already married. They have children already who are 1 to 2 years old. They freaked out. My question to every single one of these, think about it. 20, 30 years ago, cancer itself was uncommon. Cancer in children was a rarity. How about today? You hear of children getting brain cancer, leukemia. Guys, the statistics speaks for itself, right? So this is something that we need to be aware of as parents so that we can avoid our children being exposed to too much radiation. Now, remember I spoke about why the emGuarde is harmonizing up to 1000 megahertz only? Because based off the FCC's report, which is the Federal Communications Commission in the United States, they have actually done a research and it exposed that the human body, our body, absorbs RF energy at some frequencies more effectively than others. And the frequency that they found out it to be 30 to 300 megahertz. So this particular range of 30 to 300, our body just has no defense against it. It just absorbs it like a sponge, and that is a problem, right? Why? Because some of our body organs are actually operating between these frequencies or inside this frequency. Take a look. Your brain is about 72, your human body is about 62 to 78, and the list goes on and on. And that's the reason why, guys, the emGuarde was created, to harmonize these targeted frequencies that are similar to our body organs. And the reason for that is because let's just say, some people may say, I'm not using my phone all the time. My phone is not near me. It's probably like maybe 2 arms length away. Guys, coming back to frequency, it can travel through space and time. Your air conditioner may not be in your face, but it's still right there in your room. Your lights are way above you in your head, but it is still above you. Introducing something called the resonance theory. The resonance theory speaks of how frequencies can actually interact with another object at a very far distance away, even though they're not physically attached to each other. Just frequency can actually do this, right? Let's take a look at the video on the left side of the screen. There you go. Very simple video to explain what the resonance theory is about. So guys, even though you may not be holding your phone, even though you may not be close to technology, but the very fact is that even though your room has lights and electric wires all around, you are still being bombarded by all of these frequencies. So how can we tell if the presence of these frequencies are in our surrounding? Let me introduce to you the first frequency detector called the RTL SDR detector. Now, for those in this group chat, if you have an Android phone, good for you, because this is perfect for you to use to showcase what this emGuarde is capable of, right? So all you need is an Android phone. You need this particular setup, the dongle, the antenna, the wire, and a way for you to attach this USB-C into your phone, right? So, and you also have to download on the Android phone something called the SDR app. Now, in the next video, we're going to see how this SDR device is being used.
This is called the SDR software, and it's gonna actually detect the electromagnetic interference in this area. So what David is gonna do now, he's going to actually turn on the software. You can download this software on your Android phone. You just have to pay a couple of dollars, you get the software. So I want you guys to see. Just zoom in on the phone, Ben. You can just take a look at this.
I don't know if you guys can hear it. So the software is connected to a dongle that connects to an antenna, and the antenna is receiving the interference around this room. It's unbelievable. Take a look at the chart. It is crazy. Absolutely crazy. We have not seen this anywhere else. Okay? So now what we want to find out is, if we have the emGuarde, what can it do to us and what can it do for us? So it's not connected. Now, I'm going to put next to the SDR software. I'm going to turn it on. In 3, 2, 1. Look at the wave spectrum. It's gone down. I'm going to unplug the emGuarde.
Talk about this suppression.
All right. Take a look at the suppression, guys. Here, take a look at the suppression. Boom. With the emGuarde turned on.
If you guys are watching this, I want you guys to bring your emGuarde everywhere you go, especially in cities like this, and make sure you always keep yourself protected. See you guys soon.
There we go. That's how it works. Very simple. There's an antenna. It picks up all of the frequencies that are in our surroundings that we cannot hear with our own human ears. And that's why we rely on technology. And guys, all of these noises, can you imagine if you can hear them? Can you imagine if we can actually hear those noises? It would be too much for our ears, right? But they're actually still affecting ourselves. Can you imagine, for example, let's say you're working office, you're working at home, and you're using your laptop for a very long time. Have you guys ever experienced this where your fingers just become numb? Or your head, you get massive headaches or migraines, right? Sound familiar? Guess what? It is related to these frequencies that are in our surrounding, right? This is a second device that we can use to prove the existence of these frequencies. It's called a Bar-J SDR device. Now, this is a very great marketing tool because it is a very simple device to actually use. All you got to do is just set it up once and you just got to turn it on. You have a screen, you have an inbuilt antenna, you have an inbuilt speaker. You don't need an Android phone, and this will do its wonders. Let's take a look at the video where Simon explains how this Bar-J is used.
Hi everyone, today I'm very excited to share with you another great marketing tool that you can use for your emGuarde demo. It's called the Bar-J SDR detector, and what I love about this detector is it has a big screen and it's very easy to set up and use. It's not affected by static interference, and it also has a loudspeaker for you to use during your emGuarde demo. You'll know what I'm talking about later on. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna introduce David right there. David, say hi to the camera. Hello. All right, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a before and after emGuarde test using the Bar-J. All right, and I want you to see the difference on the screen. So I'm gonna turn on the detector. And once it's turned on, the first thing you can see is this waterfall spectrum that comes down. And what you will notice is I've actually tuned the Bar-J to 72 megahertz because that is the operating frequency of our brain. And you would notice the noise radiation level here via the dB scale. All right, and these are all the data of the noise radiation. So I'm also going to turn on the speaker for you guys to hear. All right, and in the count of 3, David is going to turn on the emGuarde, and I want you guys to see the difference. In 3, 2, 1, go. Take a look at that. All right, so what you would notice is instantly the dB scale noise level has reduced, and the green color wave spectrum has already been cleared to a very dark blue color, which means this area is cleared off of the noise interference. All right, so let's do another test. Let's pull out the emGuarde again, turn it off, and you would see everything comes back instantly. And now with the emGuarde turned on again, you would see instantly the results. So this is simply amazing, right? Now the Bar-J is able to really showcase what the brain and our organs are going through every single day, and it's able to convert something that is invisible into something that we can see and experience. All right, so this is the short demo for the Bar-J SDR detector. All right, so emGuarde aims to create an environment for all of its users into a peaceful and serene environment. All right, so if you want to know where to get the Bar-J SDR detector, it is available on most of the e-com websites. I will put the model name at the end of this video for you guys to go and purchase your detector. Happy emGuarding!
And there we go. You saw the Bar-J detector, 72 megahertz. That is the frequency of our brain. And guys, with the emGuarde turned on, the Bar-J shows that everything just went quieter, right? So this is a very good tool to show how the emGuarde works. So guys, let's get into something a bit more serious, a bit more scary, because I want to explain to you now what is actually going on inside your body when you're exposing your body to too much EMF radiation. This is a very famous doctor. Her name is Dr. Magda Havas. She's a Canadian researcher and professor, and she spent a lot of time researching on something called electrosmog. In short, is for electromagnetic pollution and how it affects our body, how it affects our red blood cells. She says in a clean EMR environment. What is a clean EMR environment? An environment where, let's say you're out in nature, no technology, you're in nature, in the beach, in the forest, on a hike, in a mountain, with no technology, yeah? That is something called a clean EMR environment. Now, question for you guys. Do you think in your house right now, it is a clean EMR environment? Most likely, no, right? But she says in a clean EMR environment, a healthy red blood cell will look something like this, where your red blood cells are open, they're spread across a decent space, and they're free-flowing. She says, when you expose these red blood cells or your body to EMF radiation, let's say from a computer for 70 minutes, or even a phone for 10 minutes, guys, you can take a look. There is a sort of stagnation, a sort of clumping up together of red blood cells. She calls this the Rulox formation. To me, it looks like a traffic jam, guys. It looks like a traffic jam in your red blood cells. And we know in traffic jams, in let's say driving a car, you get nowhere fast. So coming back to our red blood cells, when we have a traffic jam in our red blood cells, there is poor circulation, low oxygen transport, reduced race removal, headache, fatigue, difficulty in concentrating, numbness, tingling, and cold extremities. Sound very familiar, right? But that is what is happening to us. Now, to show proof, my team and I have actually recorded a video of us doing this test ourselves. Let's take a look at the video together.
So what we can do is,
Stop playing. Okay.
You get on your phone for maybe close to about half an hour, holding it, and then we'll check again and see how does the capillary blood look like.
It looked like my first blood test result was clean, with no signs of blood clotting or blood clumps. But would just 30 minutes of cell phone usage really do any harm at all to my body? I hope not. Let's find out.
Okay, let's have a look. So you can see all the cells now being stacked. See, all of them are, you cannot see those loose cells. You can see most of the cells now all stacked.
Clumped up together, right?
Exactly. Just look at that. The big message is always to try to reduce our exposure. It's almost impossible not to use, but try to be a bit more cautious in the usage.
The thing is, I know you say it's better to reduce. It's impossible for somebody like me, and I'm sure there's lots of people out there that also need to be holding their phones. So, is there anything I can do?
This is the device that can actually help harmonize your electromagnetic frequency wave. And you want to see how it works?
Sure.
Come.
With the environment's harmonizer turned on beside me, Dr. Roland and I proceeded to do a third blood test to see just how well this technology supposedly suppresses EMR. Okay, so this looks completely different to the last test, doesn't it?
Yep. Clearly looks different, lesser Rulox formation.
Guys, this is real. Try it out for yourself. Go to a reputable clinic, go to a proper clinic, get it done yourself. Take a look at the red blood cells of your own red blood cells underneath a telescope. I've done it, same results. My mom has done it, same results. My whole team has done it, same results. Try it out for yourself. I can almost guarantee you when you do it, it will give you absolute confidence in this particular technology.
So what we
This is actually my uncle, right? He's a male, he's a late 60s, and we also did this test. He didn't believe it. He did not believe that this device could do such a thing, so we actually put it to test, right? This is his red blood cells with him using his phone before the emGuarde was turned on, and after the emGuarde was turned on, let's take a look. The results are absolutely the same. My question to you is this. Do you want to have your red blood cells looking like the one on the left, or do you want it to look like the one on the right? Right? Guys, I know you guys want these resources. I know you guys want these presentations and everything. Now, this particular video, you can actually find it on YouTube, right? I'm going to write the name of it. It's called Dr. Roland emGuarde YouTube. Just Google it and you will find the full video, right? And for these presentation slides and everything, if you want some of these videos, even I don't have the individual videos. I only have this presentation slides. And you can find these slides in the Telegram group. All you got to do is just search through the archive, the files and everything, and you will be able to find these files. If I'm not mistaken, they are uploaded maybe 3 weeks ago, right? So now this is a very important document. I always believe that evidence beats conversation. I mean, I can say everything, I can do whatever, but this particular report is so important because the facility that we use to test the emGuarde is a government-owned facility. So we know it's completely non-biased. It's a third-party government science facility called University Science of Malaysia. eMagic sent the emGuarde to test whether the emGuarde is actually doing its job, doing what it's supposed to be doing. Now, the results are very clear. The first result is the emGuarde successfully performed as required at distances of 1 all the way to 6 meters in radius. Right, so we know now it's not up to 8 meters in diameter, it's more than that. The second result, emGuarde effectively suppresses unwanted electromagnetic noise waves between all of these frequencies, 35 to 37, and here guys, 71 to 73. Why? Because the operating frequency of our brain is 72. So we know that this is being suppressed to protect our human brain. And this is another graph to show, if you look at the middle, percentage of suppression in percentage, right? 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, 4 meter, 5, 6 meter, residential space, working office, laboratory. These were the conditions of how they did the test. And you can take a look, guys, in a residential space, in your home, the percentage of suppression, the lowest I can see is 93%. In the working office, it was a bit worse at 36.9%. The reason for this is because in an office, you have a lot of glass, a lot of metal, and these things can actually affect the emGuarde and its effectiveness, right? So guys, in conclusion, this report is super important. It gives me a lot of confidence, and I hope it gives you guys a lot of confidence as well, that the emGuarde, based from the science facility, it shows that the emGuarde is suppressing all of these frequencies until a coverage of 6 meters in radius, right? Now, key features of the emGuarde. Easy integration, guys. You know, this particular product is so simple. All you need is a power point, a wire, and the emGuarde itself. Just plug it in and you're good to go. No hassle, no need to think of installation, nothing. Coverage range, 8 meters. Versatile use, Type-C, right? Everything is moving towards Type-C now. One big device, one big coverage for your whole entire family. So when you do get your emGuarde, guys, just locate the best location in your current house that can cover your bedrooms, your working office space, and even the places that you spend most time in. But do note, some houses are big, right? Some houses are really big. So maybe you may need to get more than one emGuarde. Low running costs. You know, I've calculated the amount of power it needs to operate this. I've calculated how much power it costs in Malaysia. Guys, in Malaysia, to operate this, it costs less than 10 cents US dollar a month. Super cheap, right? Very low running costs. And lastly, guys, maintenance. There is no maintenance because there are no batteries inside. It is pure based on power supply, right? But please do not drop the emGuarde. So if you do find a place to store it or to place it, make sure it is safe from falling. A few tips on how to not use your emGuarde, right? Do not put it in a situation like this with multiple wires and multiple electronic devices around it, because that can really affect the emGuarde. Also, do not put the emGuarde on the floor or on a glass table or a metal table. Ensure that it is on a wooden table so that it is not the efficiency of the emGuarde is at its maximum. And lastly, where can you use this emGuarde, guys? Everywhere. I mean, if you want to carry it around with you everywhere you go, you can. It is a very light device. I think it probably weighs about 400 grams or less. All you need is to get a very good quality power bank, and you can be literally a walking emGuarde, right? You just walk everywhere, put it in a bag or something, and just walk around. It will do its job. You can bring it on in your car when you're driving long distances to go to different towns or cities to ensure that your driving experience is amazing. Speaking on that, I've actually had a client who travels about 4 or 5 hours every single week because his hometown is not here. His hometown is further away. And every time he says he drives to the hometown, he and his driver feels absolutely tired. And sometimes the driver cannot focus because he's tired, right? He told me ever since he installed the emGuarde while he's driving back to his hometown, even the driver said that he feels a difference. He doesn't feel so tired. He doesn't feel so fatigued. His eyes are not dry, and he can actually focus on driving better. Right? So I have heard many, many stories. Bedroom, one of the major benefits of this particular emGuarde is to actually improve your sleep, to give you better rest, for you to go into deep sleep longer so that your body is able to recover. Right? A lot of people today are facing sleep problems. They cannot get good quality sleep. They cannot get into, they call it REM, rapid eye movement sleep, right? So the emGuarde is capable, guys. It's capable of improving your sleep. And to me, just that alone, the fact that the emGuarde is able to improve my sleep, I'm done. I will buy these and make sure that it's with me every time I sleep. Because sleep is so important. If you have good sleep, the next day you're productive. If you have good sleep, the next day you're in a good mood. Guys, we spend 1/3 of our lives sleeping so that we can function for the 2/3. If we skip out on the sleep, guys, we won't be productive, right? So that alone for me, I'm sold. So what is the investment of this emGuarde? Globally, it is priced at $1,480. Do note that different countries have different taxes and everything, so the price may vary, right? If you're interested in interested in investing in an emGuarde, please do speak to the person that invited you into this Zoom call. Get more information, speak to them, get more clarity, and make a proper decision for yourselves. For me, I have made the decision to invest one for my family. Not one, two. I actually have 2 emGuardes in my house. In case I have to travel, I will travel with this. And yes, you can travel it and plug it into the airplane. It will not interrupt with the plane or anything like that, right? And there we go. You know, we went through the problem, EMF radiation pollution, how it's growing today. We have went through the problem of us also not being able to reduce phone usage. I'm on my phone constantly, guys. I have my business to run. I have my family to communicate with too. I have my network to also communicate to. I'm on my phone constantly. And your children, even for yourselves, perhaps some of you are already constantly on your phone. Perhaps some of you are facing some uncomfortable health problems because you're exposed to too much technology. Perhaps now it's time to take a change. Perhaps now it's time to look for a solution to actually protect yourself from all of these invincible harm. Guys, 1,480 is too cheap. It protects you from all these EMRs. Not only you, your whole family. The lifespan of these devices, 5 years. But I'm not saying after 5 years, this device just goes put. No. It's just that the coverage range maybe gets less and less over time. It is electronics after all, right? So, guys, take a look at it. Make your decision whether you want to invest in an emGuarde. I believe that every single home deserves an emGuarde because of this invincible threat. Now, coming to that, I believe that this technology needs to be in every single house. I believe that this technology will be the next home essential appliance. It'll be like you having your kettle or you having your microwave at home. It'll be something like that. But the only thing is that this device protects us from the harms of all the other electronic devices in your home. Now, every single one of you in this Zoom call, you guys are in a very advantageous position, because this technology, a lot of people, 99% of the world does not know about it. They know the problem, but they don't know the solution. Your neighbors, they need this emGuarde too, right? Your friends and family, they too need the emGuarde, am I right? What if there was an opportunity for you to be the person that introduces this technology to them? And two things will happen. After a certain amount of referrals, you will actually make your emGuarde free. It will cost you zero. And second thing, for those who are brave enough and those who are keen enough, you can actually turn this into a business that can actually provide you financial stability. I did. I am so glad I joined this business, and I'm so glad that I'm part of this company, and I'm so glad to be in this pioneering position to introduce this technology to the whole world. So guys, let me jump into this second section where I explain to every single one an opportunity none like other. An opportunity that does not come by often. An opportunity that if you miss right now, you're going to lose out big time. Right? So this is the emGuarde, and now let's get into the emGuarde business. You see, Enagic, who is the manufacturers of the amazing Kangen water, is a direct selling company, a Japanese direct selling company of 50 years old. Enagic's global footprint is 43 offices in 26 countries. And for the Kangen water users, we have almost 2.2 to 2.3 million users worldwide. That is not something small. So Enagic is a very big company. Enagic, they are looking for partners. They're looking for partners internationally. And guess what, guys? They want to work with you. So how does it work? How do you join this amazing opportunity? All you got to do, invest in one. Invest in one emGuarde, and the company will give you a lifetime distribution ID. You heard me right, lifetime. There is no renewal every year. You don't have to buy a new emGuarde every year to renew your ID. No such thing. This distribution ID is for life. So now, once you've joined, you can start promoting this technology to your friends and family, and the company will actually reward you in direct sales commission. But just like you were offered the distribution ship as well. Some of the people that bought the emGuarde for you may also want to do the business. And they can also too sell to their friends and family. And when that happens, the company will reward you indirect sales commission. So the company is paying you direct sales commission and indirect sales commission. And the company is actually calculating all of these sales as your total group sales. Because the total group sales will determine your rank in the company. And based off the rank, you actually get more and more commissions every time you sell an emGuarde. Now let's dive into this amazing business plan called the 8A or 8 points commission. This is the first commission that you will encounter, and to some extent, also the biggest commission that you will receive from the Enagic business. The emGuarde, we know, is $1,480 US. Enagic has already allocated a preset budget of $520 US per sale for us, the distributors. This 520 is split into 8 equal parts, or in our company, we call it 8 A's. So if 520 is divided by 8, one part is 65 US dollars. Now, remember I talked about the rank? These are the rank. When you first start off, when you make your first direct sale, the company now rewards you with a rank called 1A. And as a 1A distributor, you need to make your first and second direct sales, which the company will give you 65 US dollar each sale. But when you make your third direct sale, the company now promotes you to a 2A distributor. And on your third direct sale onward, the company will actually give you 130 US dollars. So now your commissions has already doubled. As a 3A distributor, all you need to achieve is 10 cumulative emGuarde group sales, and your next direct sale, you become a 3A distributor and you will receive 195 US dollars. 4A, achieve 20 cumulative emGuarde group sales. Your next direct sale, you become a 4A, then you get 260 US dollars. So it's very simple, right? For 3A and 4A, you need to hit that group sale achievement first, then make another direct sale. Achieve, then make the direct sale. And if you take a look at it, guys, from 3A to 4A, all you need is an extra 10 group sales. From 10 to 20. And guys, I want to emphasize the word here, group sales. It is your direct and your indirect. The company calculates and keep tracks of both your direct and indirect. Amazing, right? Then over time, if you build this business seriously, your group sales will eventually increase. And when you hit 50, your next direct sale, you become a 5A and you get 325 US dollars per emGuarde. And now we have 6A, 200 cumulative emGuarde group sales. You become a 6A and you get 390 US dollars every single time you sell an emGuarde. I don't know about you guys, but if you take a look here, even at 4A, 260 US dollars per sale. It is already very good commissions. I'm very sure every single one in this group is capable of at least selling up to 1 to 2 to 3 emGuardes a month. Let's say you sell 3 a month. Guys, 3 times 260. That is commissions that honestly is more than most 9-to-5 jobs. Am I right? Not only do you receive good commissions, think about it. You have freedom of time. I mean, you can do this part-time. As a substitute, you can bring in more income to yourself. Once this income overtakes your full-time job income, hey, it gives you a lot of time freedom. It gives you a lot of opportunities to do other things as well, to spend time with your family. And guys, these are just for your direct sales. Because if you remember, the company also pays you on your indirect sales. Let me show you how you're paid on your indirect sales. This is you. Everything in green is your commission. When you make your first direct sale to Tom, you're a 1A distributor now, you make 65. You make your second direct sale to Alex, you are still a 1A distributor, you make 65. Now you make your third direct sale to Rose, you get promoted to a 2A distributor, and you make 130 US dollars. Now, what happens if Tom sells to Grace? You will make 65 US dollars. If Grace sells to Polly, Polly sells to Arthur, you will make 65. For every sale that comes underneath Tom or Alex, you will get 65 US dollars. We call this your 1A overriding lane. That also applies to your 2A overriding lanes. Let's say Rose and Kim. Every machine that Kim sells underneath your team, you will get 130 US dollars per sale. Do you see the potential now? Do you see how you can scale this business to potentially provide you financial stability? Maybe financial freedom? And if you take a look, guys, we have 10 group sales. After 10 group sales, open another direct line. You get promoted to 3A. You sell to May, you get 195 US dollars. And every single time May sells an emGuarde, you make 195. What if May can sell 10 emGuardes for you a month? That is 1,950 US dollars. Guys, think about what you can do if you get 1,950 US dollars extra into your bank account because you found the right person to join you in this business. But of course, nothing comes for free. You may have introduced May into this business, but you need to guide her, you need to teach her, you need to coach her. Even better, if you find somebody that doesn't need all this coaching and teaching, and they're a super rock star, great for you. Right? And guys, over time, these sales will continue to come in, right? And this is also to emphasize every sale underneath Kim or Rose, you will get 2A commissions, 130 US dollars. But where does it stop? Where does this commission stop? Because in a reputable and a legitimate direct selling company, there is no such thing as forever income, infinite amounts of income, infinite amounts of levels. There is no such thing. It sounds amazing. It sounds really attractive, but you need to ask a question. Hey, if the company is paying me infinite amounts of commission to infinite amounts of levels, where's the money coming from? So, this is the limit. The limit is in the name of the commissions itself. 8A or 8 points commission. John sells his first emGuarde to Don. John will make 65 US dollars or 1 point. The next person that gets paid is the person that sold John the emGuarde. That will be Bob. Bob will make 2 points because John falls underneath Bob's third direct sale. Ani, same thing, 2 points. Kim, same thing, 2 points. So the company only has 8 points to pay out. And you've already paid out 1, 3, 5, 7. Company only has 1 point left for you. So instead of 130, you get 65 US dollars. The same thing applies for John's second direct sale. It's also 65. But now John sells his third machine to Dan. John makes 2 points now. Bob 2 points. Ani 2 points. Kim 2 points. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 minus 8 equals to 0. From this sale from John to Dan, unfortunately, you get cut out of the 8 points commission. You do not receive any commissions. It is also a non-8A sale, and a non-8A sale does not count as a group sale for your rank advancement purposes. That is how this commission works. Very clear, very, very transparent. You know where your commissions are coming from. You can see and track all of these commissions. And guys, you need to understand that this limit is very important because you want to join a company that will be able to last a very long time. How many times have you heard of, let's say, maybe your friends or your family members, maybe yourself, you've experienced before? You've joined a company, hoo-ha, for 1-2 years, company goes and leaves you hanging. Leaves you wondering, hey, why did I invest my 1-2 years into a company that has ended up closing down anyway? In enagic, 50-year-old guys, I've been in this business for almost 3 years. I've been an end user for this company for 10 years. Decide which company you want to devote your time to, right? But enagic is very, very stable and very, very long gold. They have very long visions. I foresee enagic lasting for the next 50 years. Okay. So guys, again, your group sales will continue to grow. And you can introduce more people into the business, 4A, 5A, and 6A, right? After all of these group sales. So, question is, when you become a 6A, a 5A, to introduce more people into the business, you work together with them, and you're able to help them make money. Guys, when they make money, you make money. That is how this business is planned. That's how this business is curated by the CEO of the company, Mr. Oshiro. That was his purpose. In this business, there is no reselling. There is no repurchasing. The only way for you to make money is to ensure your team members are also making money. Right? So 2 ways to do this business. You can be a super salesman, sell everything directly, or you can introduce this opportunity to your friends and family so that you and your friends and family can make money together. And what's better than that? Right? Being all alone and making money by yourself, no fun. Better to have a team. Better to have a team that grows together, more fulfilling. So guys, there we go. This is the 8A or 8 points commission. This is the Enagics patented commission structure. This is the potential. This is the opportunity available to every single one of you when you have already decided to invest in emGuarde. How I see it, your entry ticket into this business is 1,480 US dollars. Guys, when is the last time you heard that for you to start a business cost you 1,480 US dollars? In your hometown right now, if you wanted to open a cafe, how much would it cost? 10 times the figure? 100 times the figure maybe? And also bear in mind, this business is international. You can do this anywhere in the world. Companies spend millions, billions to build international businesses. And all you need to do is invest 1,480 US dollars. And you have a business locally and internationally. It's a no-brainer, guys. And we are at these, we're at a very crucial moment because right now, every single one of us, we are pioneers. We are pioneers. Try this experiment out. Speak to the 10 neighbors, your 10 neighbors around you. Speak to them. Ask them, have you heard of EMR radiation? Every single one of them be like, yes. Whether they believe it harms them or not, that's a different story, right? But they will acknowledge that the EMR radiation is present. Ask them this, have you heard of emGuarde? I can almost guarantee you, 10 out of 10 will say no. I tried it myself. Out of the 10, 2 of them asked me to go away. 5 of them keep in view. 3 of them actually bought an emGuarde for me. This particular product, guys, I love it because it's very compelling. You saw the detectors. You saw how it worked. You saw how it shows the value of the product. And guys, it is super, super simple. I'm not asking you to be a genius. I'm not asking you to be a scientist. No. Just understand what this device is doing for you, what this device is capable of helping your friends or your family or people around you. Show the detector, show the videos. Boom. Gone. Done. All right. And for those in this group call, perhaps you're an energetic distributor. And perhaps you've been struggling for a very long time now, trying to sell the Kangen water machine, right? Maybe you've been stuck at a certain rank for a period of time. Guys, I was in that position. I used the emGuarde to help me become a 6A, and now I'm almost a 6A too. Because of this technology, because of how easy it is, because of how compelling it is. So I leave it with you guys. If you guys want to take advantage of this movement, I call this a bottom floor opportunity, a basement floor opportunity, sorry. If you want to take advantage of it, you better act now. Because if you don't act now, I can almost guarantee you in 1 or 2 years, somebody may have sold the emGuarde to your family. Or worse, right? Somebody may have sold the emGuarde to your friends or even to your whatever your surrounding, and you will probably miss out big time. Okay, so be ahead. Oh yeah, this is a graph. This is the career path of an Enagic distributor. 6A is not the end, guys. This goes on for, you can actually turn this into a career. You can turn this into a business of a lifetime. 6A, and then you have 6A2. I'll explain this very quickly. A 6A2 distributor, all you need to do is have 2 distributors underneath you on 2 separate lines become 6A. Maybe it's your friend 1, friend 2. You help them both to become 6As. You become a 6A2. You will get $6,000 one-time bonus. 6A2-2, your 2 friends now become 6A2. You become a -2, and then you will get 12,000 one-time $1 bonus. Now here's the golden rank, guys. 6A2-3. This is what I'm personally gunning for. This is personally what I'm aiming for, because when I achieve this rank, the company will take care of me forever. $5,000 monthly. Every single month, I will receive $5,000 plus other incentive calculations minus performance requirements. So if you are looking at a business to start that could potentially give you passive and residual income in the long run, there we go. Enagic has it for you as well. All right. 6A2-4, 10,000 monthly. 6A2-5, 15,000 monthly. 6A2-6, $20,000 monthly. So this is the career path. This is where you could potentially lead yourself as a Enagic distributor. So this is the emGuarde, this is the technology, and this is the opportunity available. If you're interested to be ahead, to get more information, to get the materials, the videos, or even the presentation slides, I urge you, please, and for those new, the ones who are new in this Zoom call, right? I want you to scan this QR code on the left, the green color one. It will lead you into our Telegram group where you'll be able to find more information. You'll be able to stay updated as to when the next presentation like this one is happening. By the way, these presentations happen every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Same time as the one that you attended today, right? But this is where we will get all the information and we will accumulate all the information in this Telegram group. Do yourself a favor, go in the Telegram group and explore a little bit. Go and explore, look at the files available, because there are a lot of things, a lot of information there that you can actually extract. And some of this exact presentation is also in this group. Okay, so that's all I have for you. I hope my sharing has given you a lot more clarity as to what this emGuarde is capable of and what this opportunity presents to every single one of us. And it's my intention to open your eyes to this opportunity because, guys, I want everyone to be successful around me. I want everyone to have the best lives they can. And I'm so happy to be able to introduce this opportunity to you because I see massive potential in it. Right? So if you want to act fast, get involved fast, speak to your leader, speak to the person that introduced you to this call, work with them, and don't wait. All I can say is don't wait. You wait 1 year, 2 years, you may be too late. You always know when a new company or a new product enters the market, the early worms always benefits the most, right? So the early bird always gets the worms. What am I saying? Yeah, the early birds always gets the worms. So you want to be the early bird, right? And now is the perfect time. Now, I'm going to open maybe